The Liberals will always say that wind has replaced dirty coal, but that's false. The Liberals have built 17 natural gas-fired generating stations in the province of Ontario. That's what's taken coal off the grid. So I don't buy the Liberal arguments at all. This, to me, is about getting Ontario back on track, creating jobs, making life affordable for seniors and families. And in order to do that, we need to end this $20 to $60 billion wind experiment over the next 20 years.
Rebecca Thompson is with me. She has watched this green energy experiment here in Ontario as closely as most, probably, also hosting a documentary on this channel on the issue. Ontario set out, Rebecca, to be Canada's green energy leader. From that perspective, how are they doing?
Well, it's interesting that this came up yesterday from Monty McNaughton, who you just saw. He's also running, as well as Lisa McLeod, to
for leadership
of the Ontario PCs. But the Ontario Liberals, of course, are saying that the carbon tax is a policy in the name of environmentalism. Well, they said the same thing about wind power, and they introduced the Green Energy Act. They wanted to be the green leader, not only in Canada, but across North America. The challenge with this is that it has nothing to do with the environment. As Monty just said, they introduced natural gas plants, a fossil fuel, to back it up. Of course, that's not clean. But the thing is that this is very economically unviable, because guess what has happened to the people of Ontario's hydro bills since the Green Energy Act has been introduced. And I'm not just saying this. The Auditor General has said this in 2011, and it's been backed up by economic studies, that the price of our hydro bills is going up substantially year after year because of the fact that wind energy is not run on wind, Jerry, it's run on subsidies.
Right.
And so wind companies will get paid by taxpayers 13.5 cents per kilowatt hour for producing wind power, when the market price is 2 to 4 cents. So nuclear and hydro plants they will have to sell based on the market price, which is about 2 to 4 cents, whereas wind power companies are guaranteed, they're locked into 20-year contracts selling at 13.5 cents. And here's the second part, is that Ontario allows for wind power to be generated at times that Ontario doesn't need it, which means that we're producing more wind. We have to sell it then to neighboring jurisdictions at a price of what, 2 to 3 cents per kilowatt hour, which means that we're losing money every year. Last year, $1 billion lost because we're selling this excess power off to neighboring jurisdictions.
You know, the Liberals are actually doing what Liberals like to accuse Conservatives of doing, which is they are fattening the wallets of their friends who run these energy companies and attacking low-income people with high energy prices and everything that comes along with it.
Yeah, and it certainly doesn't bode well. Monty McNaughton is the one PC candidate who has spoken out about this. There's a clip of him. This is what he wants to do if he becomes Premier.
We know that starting in 2015, ratepayers in the province are going to be on the hook for up to $3 billion per year, paying for wind energy that we don't need in Ontario. Secondly, a lot of this energy is dumped into neighboring jurisdiction at a 75% loss. We're overproducing energy in the province of Ontario. Wind will never be a effective and efficient source of energy in Ontario.
So he wants to bring in legislation that would essentially decommission existing wind turbines and also get us out of this policy altogether.
Well, going to need a majority government if he's ever going to hope to do that, because the Liberals are really addicted to this, dedicated to it. They're going to open more wind farms if they can while they got this majority.